Today on Greg LeMoment Fans Television, a message from Greg. We go back to the Tour de l'Avenir in '82, one of the forum members showing his creations, and what happened exactly 30 years ago.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Greg LeMoment Fans Television. My name is Thierry and I'll be your host in this most exciting video series about Greg LeMoment. Now let's start with the Newsflash. Well, what other news than the birth of Greg LeMoment Fans Television? As from today, we will launch new episodes at random times. But what can you expect? We bring you the latest news about Greg and our community. We take you back in time, zoom in on a specific moment of Greg's career. We even dig up the 30 years ago topic, and we will visit one of our forum members at home. Finally, at the end of each episode, we will have a special challenge for you, but we'll talk about that later. Any more news? Absolutely, from the man himself. Now let's take a look at it.
Bonjour, c'est Greg LeMoment. Venez nombreux à la cycle Châtel-Chablais Le Mans Race 2019 dans un cadre magnifique entre la France et la Suisse avec des cols mythiques et la région des Dents de Midi en Suisse et le charmant village de Châtel. Je serai parmi vous. Good luck, et je suis là.
Now that looks promising, no? Put it in your agenda, July 14. We'll go together as Greg LeMoment fans to the Alps and ride with Greg. Now that would be a moment to look forward to. Let's do it.
We're in 1982. Greg is racing for the Renault team. It's his second full season with the professionals. He's 21 and ready to show the world he's ambitious. A stage victory in Tirreno Adriatico, we're third place overall behind Italian Saroni, and the second place at the Worlds at Goodwood are his most remarkable results of the season. 1 week after the Worlds, he starts in the Tour de l'Avenir, the Tour of the Future. A French stage race similar to the Tour de France but for all amateurs and professionals under the age of 25. Amongst them Laurent Fignon, Robert Miller, Lucio Herrera and Russian Sergei Sukhorchenkov, who won the race 2 times before. But it's these Germans who take control of the race from the start. They win the first 3 stages and the team time trial. Greg LeMoment wins the 21-kilometer individual time trial on a difficult track, but it's the next day when the peloton is really challenged with 8 mountains and a finish on top of La Planolette. Greg decides to have a go for the lead and attacks. Nobody is able to follow the American, who wins the stage with a 5.5-minute lead on Robert Miller. LeMoment is now the new leader of the race with an advantage of more than 7 minutes on Miller. With the yellow jersey on his shoulders, Greg is now riding in the peloton as a real leader. He controls the race. The Colombians try but fail, the Soviets' leader is annihilated, and the East Germans are far behind. Greg confirms his superiority by winning the final time trial, finishing in front of the headquarters of Mavic. The future looks promising, and so is the kiss with Cathy, who appears like a real miss on the podium and is the only podium girl ever that kissed Greg on his lips.
Wow, Cathy LeMoment kissing Greg on the podium. I wonder if they still remember that special moment. Next time, we go back to 1990, Switzerland, the Grand Prix of Zurich. Now, time to visit one of our forum members. Today we go to Toronto, Canada, where Edwin De Leon is showing his amazing creations. Edwin is a graphical designer and joined us last year on our trip to the Pyrenees. Now let's see Edwin's work.
Hi, I'm Edwin from Toronto, and that's me in the yellow cap with Albert, Thierry, and Nicolas near the summit of Valeron at the 2018 Tour de France. It was great riding with these guys, and if you get a chance to do it, do it. Thierry asked me to talk about my artwork inspired by Greg, and here it is. It's a black and white drawing from high school. It took me about a week and a half, and I think it was the first Oakley ad that Greg ever did. And this one is 1987. It's gouache, colored pencil, airbrush. Ran out of time, and anything north of the handlebar, not really happy with, so I kind of redid it. Took another picture from another angle, and this one I ended up being a lot happier with. This one is a combination jersey that I had done, and presented it to Greg, and we took a selfie with him. That was the 2015 tour. And this is artwork inspired by this guy carrying the time trial plaques from the 89 tour, and these are magnets. And some more direction signs, and the three, I call them the three amigos, and that's Greg's plate number. And this is t-shirts, screen printed, of Greg's teams from the past. So from his first pro team to the last. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope you liked what you saw, and if you have any questions, you can reach me through the Greg LeMoment fans Facebook page. And I'll see you on the road.
Did you see that amazing Oakley drawing he made? Wow, it's just beautiful. Congratulations, Edwin. Very nice work. Now, if you have a special talent or something you want to show the other fans, just tell us, and maybe you'll be in one of our next shows. Let's look forward to that. Some of you might remember the 30 years ago topic we introduced a few years ago. Every day we post one of Greg's activities, results, pictures that happened on exactly the same date but 30 years ago. And we started with 1984 and ended up with 1986, and then we stopped the topic. Now today we will continue with 30 years ago. Not on a daily basis anymore, but we'll post what happened exactly 30 years ago during the weeks or months in between two shows of Greg LeMoment Fans Television. And since we are 2019 and 1989 is exactly 30 years ago, I guess we have a lot to talk about this time. Now let's start with January 1989. What happened then? We take you back.
At the end of 1988, LeMoment had to make a choice. Or he would stay another year at PDM, or he had to sign a contract with another team before the end of the year. It was his dad, Bob LeMoment, who made the deal with ADR just a few hours before midnight. Greg signed a contract for 3 years with the Belgian ADR team. Because of his salary was too low, and he also wanted to race in the United States, he signed another contract with Coors Light. That would give him the possibility to race with his own bikes in his own country. In the meantime, he got an insurance paying him $1 million if his comeback would fail and he decided to quit cycling. But then the UCI intervened and told Greg he could not race for two teams. He had to choose, one team or no cycling. In February, ADR decided to join the teams with Coors Light and become one team. In Europe, Coors would be the co-sponsor on the ADR jersey, and in the United States, ADR would be the co-sponsor of Coors. And so Greg was ready to start the season with his new team, The theme was officially presented in a casino in Belgium, where Greg was interviewed by Belgian television.
Do you still believe in a comeback?
Of course I do, because I'm healthy, my body's the same. I'm more motivated, more dedicated than I've ever been in my career. And with that, and the fact that I'm the same person, it takes a little more time than everybody would like to think. Everybody would like me to be within 1 year to the same level as 86. It's going to take more time than that. It's going to take maybe this year and next year to be at my very best.
Are you going to win the Tour of France 89?
I can't say. I hope so, but I can't say.
Will Greg win the Tour de France? Will he get back to his highest level? Who knows? Let's check it out next time. But now it's time for fun stuff. The challenge. Yes. Now, what is the challenge? Some of you might remember us posting pictures back in the days when we were on our pilgrimage in like the Vassivière, the Alps, and the Pyrenees. Like the Vassivière, we made a remake of a famous picture on the time trial. In the Alps, we made a remake of Greg and Bernard Hinault arriving together on Alpe d'Huez. And in the Pyrenees, we did not succeed, but we tried a picture of Laurent Fignon and Greg on Super Bannière. But now it's up to you. This picture, we want you to make a remake of this picture. Be creative, make us laugh, but it has to be decent. Now, you can do it whatever you want, just do a nice remake of this picture. And next time in the show, we'll bring the best creations and show them to the public. But of course, you can post them, you have to post them on our forum with the hashtag GLF Challenge. Now, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we get a mass of replies with all these remakes. It's up to you, so guys, just go for it. Alright, this is the end of the show. I hope you liked it. It was our first episode. The next one will be in a few weeks, maybe a few months, it depends. But I hope it was a good show, and see you next time. Bye.